Good afternoon, everyone. We are doing chapter history, second, socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. And on Friday, we have discussed about the age of social change. In this portion, we have discussed about liberals, radicals, and the conservatives. I think all of you are aware about who were called liberals, radicals, or conservatives. Now, today we will start the topic industrial society and the social change. So this was the trend. Political trend was a sign of a new time. It was a time which brought social and economic changes after the French Revolution. It was a time when new cities came up, and this is due to the industrialization. When industrialization occurred in Europe, and as industrialization occurred, due to this industrialization leads to birth to urban areas also, cities development also. So it was a time when new cities came up and new industrial regions developed, railways expanded, and when cities development is there, infrastructure development is also there. So railway expanded and the industrial revolution occurred. Industrialization brought new job opportunities for man, women, and children. And as compared to rural areas or in agriculture, work hours were often long and wages were poor. Because in rural areas, long working hours and poor wages, unemployment common, particularly during times of low demand for industrial goods. In urban areas, in cities, housing and sanitation were problems. Today also we face the same problem in urban areas, in cities. Housing are still a big problem. Sanitation a problem. Since towns were growing rapidly. So liberals and radicals search for solution to these issues. They wanted some changes in the societies, states. Almost all industries were the property of individuals. As we know about this thing, all the industries were in the hands of the private sector. And the aims of private sector was to earn profit. And for earning the profit, they exploit. So when we are talking about this beginning of industrial revolution, man, women, and children were pushed into factories for low wages. Liberals and radicals who were factory owners felt that efforts must be encouraged so that benefits of industrialization should be passed on to workers also. That means all industries which were the part of individuals, but liberals and radicals who want transformation in the society, they themselves were often property owners and employers, having made their wealth through trade or industrial ventures. They felt that such efforts should be encouraged. That means benefits would be achieved if the workforce in the economy was healthy and citizens will be educated. And they opposed to the privileges, the old aristocracy had by birth, which we have already discussed in the French Revolution also. They firmly believed in the value of individual effort, labor, and enterprise. So they wanted if freedom of individuals was ensured, if the poor could labor and those with capital could operate without restraint, they believed that societies would develop. and many working men and women who who wanted the change in the society, and those who will be having capital could operate without restraint. So they wanted change in the world, rallied around liberal and radical groups and parties in the early 19th century. Now, some nationalists means those who love their country, liberals and radicals. Now they wanted revolutions. As we know about revolutions, that it means transformation. To put an end to the kind of governments established in Europe in 1815 in France, Italy, Germany, and Russia. They became revolutionaries and worked to overthrow existing monarchs, which was already done in France. But after that, again, dictatorship was established by Napoleon Bonaparte. So they overthrew existing monarchs, nationalists, because they loved their countries. They were talking of revolutionaries that would create nations where all citizens would have equal rights. After 1815, Giuseppe Mazzoni, which was an Italian nationalist, conspired with others to achieve this in Italy. Because this was occurred in Italy, Germany, and other parts of European countries. So nationalists elsewhere, including India, read his writings. So now we are just discussing about the coming of socialism in Europe. First, we should be aware about socialism something. The most important far-reaching vision of society. How society should be structured was socialism. Previously, in the French Revolution, we discussed that they wanted a society which is having democratic temperament. But now here, some changes were occurred, and now they believed in socialism. By the mid-19th century in Europe, socialism was a well-known body of ideas that attracted widespread attention. Now, socialists, they were against private property. As we have discussed in French Revolution, that maximum, those who were having the democratic ideas were not against private property. But socialists, they were against private property and saw it as the root of social evils. Why? Because according to them, individuals owned the property that gave employment, but the property were concerned only with the personal gain. As we discussed about this thing, that we can divide economies in two parts. One is capitalist and another is socialist. The aim of the capitalist economy is that is to earn profit. But the aim of socialist economy is for the social welfare. So according to this, individuals which owned the property that gave employment, but the properties were concerned only with personal gain and not with the welfare of those who made the property productive. The persons, the workers who are engaged in industries, they produce property, they produce production on profit, but the profit is gained by the industrialists, not by the workers. So according to this, if society as a whole rather than single users control property. That means if all will work together, that we can call it cooperatives also. More attention would be paid to collective social interest. So socialists wanted this change and campaigned for it. That means instead of private property, the main focus was on social property, not the private property. But how could a society without property operate? What would be the basis of the socialist society? And socialists had different visions of the future. Some believed in the idea of cooperative, as we discussed about. So some believed in cooperatives, some demanded that government must encourage cooperative. And Robert Owen, a leading English manufacturer, sought to build a cooperative community called New Harmony in Indiana, USA. And some other socialists felt that cooperatives could not be built on a wide scale, only through individuals' initiative. So that's why they demanded that governments encourage cooperative. That means some believed in cooperative and some demanded that governments must encourage cooperative. In France, Louis Blanc wanted the government to encourage cooperatives and replace capitalist enterprises. These cooperatives were to be association of people who produced goods together and divided the profits according to the work done by members. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels added the industrial society, added the other ideas, and that is according to Karl Marx, that industrial society was capital. Industrial society was capitalist and capitalists own the capital invested in factories. The capitalist is having all the capital, that means all the money. These are the ideas of Marx, Karl Marx, and actually he is known as father of socialism. Capitalism would be replaced by a socialist collective where all were equal in ownership. That means all are having a part of ownership. And whatever the production is going on, that will be shared by all. So capitalists own the capital invested in factories and the profits of capitalists was produced by workers. But the conditions of workers could not be improved because profit by accumulated by private capitalists. Workers had to overthrow capitalism, and it is the responsibility of the workers that they should overthrow capitalism and the rule of private property. Karl Marx believed that a socialist society would free the workers from capitalism, and this would be a communist society. And all the property was socially controlled. He was convinced, Karl Marx was convinced that workers would triumph in their conflict with capitalists because workers are having more powers, and if they will be united, so they can be the winner with capitalists. So a communist society was the natural society of the future. So this is